guys, it's Sensei Kat coming back at you guys for our final speech presentation, and today I am going to be teaching you guys how to do a basic women's self-defense class. I would like to start by saying, because of everything that's currently going on in the world with COVID-19 and because of the stay-at-home order I currently have in California, I am unable to film this in front of an audience. So let's get started. Today we are going to be talking about how to feel more confident, how to feel like you are ready to take on the world by having a little bit of basic self-defense. I have aimed this speech specifically at women in hopes to give them more confidence because they are the ones targeted the most when it comes to the situations that we're going to be putting on. I personally have been doing martial arts for about 12 years now, teaching for about 6, and I feel as though I am more confident in myself because of all of the background that I have in martial arts, because of the fighting styles I know, and just having the reassurance that I know how to protect myself. So hopefully I'll be able to teach you guys something new today, and we'll be able to get you guys feeling a little bit more confident out in the world. One of the reasons that I feel like this is really important is because whenever we're talking about topics like this, the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence has currently said that over 47% of cases of domestic violence are done with no kind of retaliation, as in it is just happening and there is nothing that our women are doing about it. So I would like to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to get around that. A little bit later, we will also be talking about what happens when an attacker has a weapon, but because of the many laws and regulations in different states and different areas of the United States, there are many different things regarding this. This means, please, if you are ever encountered with an attacker with a weapon, do not take advantage of any of the things I am about to show you right now. I am simply trying to show you how to protect yourself, not how to turn the tides and make it so that you are the one taking advantage of another. For our first demonstration, we are going to pretend like the attacker is coming from behind and their hand goes directly on top of your shoulder. What most people would do is they would immediately try to run away, they would scream. What I would like you to do is I would like you to grab onto your attacker, and you're going to simply step your foot behind them, place one other hand on top of their shoulder, and then crank towards the ground. Once we're here on the ground, we're going to have one knee on top of that shoulder, the other knee next to it, and we're going to be in tight just like this so you guys can see a little bit better. From here, the attacker is face down and they will not be able to get back up to continue to retaliate. If they are still moving, still trying their best to try to attack, all we have to do is grab a hold of their arm and twist their hand towards the back of their head. Moving this motion will turn your wrist going the opposite direction, which can definitely break the wrist here, break the shoulder here, or break the elbow here. All of the above do seem like pretty extreme ways to hold down your attacker, but this is something that is absolutely necessary when trying to avoid people from hurting you or just trying to keep the safety of yourself. So the next situation I would like to consider is if you have an attacker with a weapon. If they're coming in close and they pull that same kind of thing, or they're coming straight on towards you. The most important part about working with a weapon is knowing where it is at all times and having control of the weapon. For the purposes of this speech, I will not be having an attacker come in with a weapon for my own safety and hoping that you guys will never be put into this situation. But it's the same thing, so once more, we're going to grab onto their hand, whether it's coming straight down towards me or it's coming towards the side. We're going to grab onto their hand and we're going to step away from the attacker or from the weapon. From here, we place one hand on their shoulder while the other hand stays on their arm, and you can either push them to the ground, you can twist them to the ground. There are endless options. I know this was a very brief demonstration, and I hope this is able to help you feel a little bit more confident in your basic defense skills, or just to be able to feel like you learned something new today. Before I let you guys go, please remember that this should not be taken as something which you should be using as an offensive mechanism against other people. Everything I have showed you here today should only be used for defense and actually is very frowned upon, especially as a martial artist, to be using these things against other people. So I hope you learned something new today, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye, guys.